Fidel, a Rwandan scientific researcher from Sebelas Maret University, conducted a study on the challenges associated with waste management in the city of Kigali. In his words, Kigali city lacks proper waste management facilities and treatment skills. Citizens have a poor understanding of waste management practices and their consequences.
Ibisiga byo mu kimoteri cy'induba tuba dufite ubwoba yuko byaturya
uretse n'umunuko wacu ukabije kivamo amasazi.
With a growing population of more than 13 million, which doubled since 2004, Rwanda is a rapidly urbanizing country experiencing major economic transformations, and Kigali, the capital of Rwanda, is a focal point for many of these changes. Over the last decade, Rwanda has recognized poor solid waste management as a key impediment to sustainable development. While there are no definitive estimates of the amount of waste generated across the city, various studies completed over the last 8 years have shown a steady increase in the amount of waste, increasing from around 400 to 800 tons per day. Official government policies and reports, including the Rwanda Environmental Management Agency, REMA, and the Ministry of Environment, highlight the inevitability of waste production increases as the city population continues to expand and as citizens continue to increase their incomes.
Solid waste management is an issue in Rwanda because of our growing population, urbanization, and in general lifestyle changes. In Rwanda, we are really economically growing, so we do expect that we'll have more waste in the main city of Kigali, in secondary cities, and even outside those areas.
A new law prohibiting the manufacture, importation, use, and sale of polythene bags was enacted and implemented in Rwanda in 2009. Since 2014, the use of plastics has been considerably reduced throughout the city of Kigali. Rwanda is committed to become a plastic-free country.
Once the polythene bags were eradicated, it really brought about awareness on the dangers of waste such as polythene bags.
To tackle the issue of waste management, the government of Rwanda has set several targets to be achieved at the national and city level. These targets are aimed at improving aspects of the waste system in partnership with other organizations.
There's a project, but it is in the city of Kigali, that we work closely with GGGI and the Ministry of Environment on improving municipal solid waste management. So there are a number of activities that are set out to ensure that we improve municipal solid waste management and support the city of Kigali. Things like recycling, things like capacity building. There are a number of components within that project that hopefully by the end of the project, the public will be aware and they will have set out some tools that can be used by the city of Kigali to monitor municipal solid waste management.
The Global Green Growth Institute, GGGI, is an organization dedicated to supporting and promoting strong, inclusive and sustainable economic growth in developing countries, particularly Rwanda, and emerging economies. The organization is dedicated to supporting and promoting municipal solid waste and hazardous waste management in Rwanda.
So GGGI is an interesting organization. Part of what we do is we try to do knowledge sharing between different countries. And the knowledge sharing is more about sharing lessons learned, best practices, but also some of the challenges that other countries have faced. So we are the ones that are carrying out the different activities and capacity building and knowledge sharing, peer-to-peer learning and things of that nature. So our role is to implement the project, and Ministry of Environment of the Government of Rwanda is the lead institution. And then we also have the donor, the Government of Luxembourg.
Waste to Resource Project by the Global Green Growth Institute in partnership with the Rwandan government and the government of the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg aims to strengthen the capacity of Kigali's present waste management system by using integrated sustainable waste management approaches and circular economy business models.
The project itself, it's limited, it's a 3-year engagement, but the aim and the hope is not only to install some of the equipment and facilities, but really to change mindset of different stakeholders, especially for policymakers to see what's possible when you design these policies to work together with the different incentives, with the laws. We also did the waste to resources training in Luxembourg. So we brought government officials as well as the private sector to Luxembourg to see some of the activities that they're doing there and what their facilities are and how the policies really help to reinforce their zero waste target.
Despite commendable achievements and ambitions to better deal with waste, the capacity of Kigali's waste management system to deal with its current and future population growth is still unclear. Many challenges arise.
The biggest challenge in waste management and waste treatment in Rwanda is that there is no specific guidelines or regulations, even though in every household they segregate the waste, because there is no regulations on private companies like waste collection companies and recycling companies to collect them separate. So another biggest challenge is related to waste management facilities, because sometimes the facilities, their lack of capacities, and also that means that to improve that the capacity of the facilities, we need more funding from outside.
While the government, municipal authorities together with other organizations has made steady improvements to the waste collection system through innovative public-private partnerships, there still remain some gaps, including the citizens' capacity building.
We did one capacity building event for sorting at source, and we distributed different materials and tools for citizens so that they can start to sort. There are some gaps, certainly, but if you're able to start separation at source and you're able to have really clean fractions of different types of waste and different materials, then it really increases exponentially the amount of valorization that you can do with those materials.
Mutesi Immaculée, a Rwandan living in the Gasabo district, is one of the empowered individuals who have been trained on how to properly dispose of household garbage. This practice has been extremely beneficial to her, as she claims it has increased her income by transforming organic waste into agricultural fertilizers and increased her crop yields.
Tumaze imyaka 2 dutandukanya imyanda ibora n'itabora. Dufite umufuka dushyiramo imyanda ibora, dufite n'umufuka dushyiramo imyanda itabora. Jewe bwa mbere nabyumvise kuri radio, bwa kabiri haza abantu kudusansibiliza mu ngo zacu ngo tujye dushyira imyanda ibora n'itabora mu mifuka. Bwa gatatu tubyumva mu muganda abayobozi babidukangurira ngo tujye dutandukanya imyanda ibora n'itabora. Noneho ya myanda ibora naberetse hariya ndayifata nkayitunganya neza, hanyuma nkajya gufumbira mu murima wanjye, nkafumbira urutoki, nkafumbira umurima mbese muri rusange. Niyo twahinze ibishyimbo turafumbira, twahinga imyumbati tugafumbira. Noneho iyo byeze byera neza bigatanga umusaruro mwiza, tukajyana mu masoko. Noneho ya yindi iriya mwabonye itabora, harimo ibicupa, ibishashi, ibiki byose bitabora muri make. Hari kampani yitwa Baheza iza kubitwara ikabijyana Induba. Buri kwezi iza kudusoresha ibihumbi 2.
The management and collection of agricultural solid waste and the amendment to soil is another development direction for the value-added soil waste application. The organic carbon from municipal solid waste can be extracted and used as fertilizers to improve soil fertility or buried to strengthen the soil.
If we segregate the organic matter with non-organic matter, the organic matter can become organic fertilizers, which we need in our farming activity. Even those non-biodegradable as plastic, we can create new material based on our raw material, which are the garbages. Now, those are the money which are not well managed and we lost.
Public awareness and train community groups in waste reduction, recovery, and safe disposal practices is the prime need to deal with the issue, but the country is still facing serious failure on some other path.
Sinumva impamvu batandukanya imyanda ibora nitabora kuko baheza iyije itwara mu modoka imwe. Haba nifuza yuko habaho imodoka itwara imyanda ibora nitabora. Ikindi hakabaho umunsi umwe wo gutwara imyanda ibora nitabora.
If people and citizens, they see everything as being mixed anyway when their waste is collected, it really disincentivizes people and discourages people to take that individual action at the household level.
The private public organizations works on average and are the only one to deal with the garbage collection once a week. Households pay a reasonable charge for waste collection, a range of 2,000 to 5,000 Rwandan francs. But some households resist to pay waste collection fees due to poverty or ignorance. They either burn or dump their waste on illegal dump sites.
Muri uyu mudugudu wacu rero ikibazo dufite hari umwanda kandi umwanda wakahaba nta modoka tugira zitwara ibishingwe. Ikindi cya kabiri ibishingwe byacu twebwe bamwe turabitaba abandi tukabitwika kuko ibihumbi 2 batwaka tubona ntayo twabona bamwe turabakene kandi ikindi cya kabiri tukabona ari inyungu zabo.
In light of these trends and information gaps, GGGI, in collaboration with the government of Rwanda, undertake different activities to ensure adequate waste management services to households and capacity building workshops.
So we do workshops. We had just recently we had a specialized umuganda. So we really focused on e-waste awareness and some capacity building in terms of dismantling and proper processing of e-waste.
Currently, Rwanda has only one dumping site. The city's waste is collected at Nduba. For a long time, the Nduba landfill has remained an open-air dumping site, with disposal involving only compacting waste and covering them with the soil, which produces a never-ending foul smell and swarm of flies inflicting misery into lives of those around. The site is not operating at full environmental control capacity.
Iki kimoteri uretse n'umunuko wacu kabije gitera amasazi abana bacu dufite impungenge zuko barwara indwara ziva ku mwanda nk'impiswi n'izindi ndwara. Mu byukuri kino kimoteri cyatubangamiye cyane.
Liquid waste, on the other hand, is disposed of into open pits that quickly become fecal sludge ponds and left uncovered, potentially contaminating ground and surface water in the area and downstream.
If you have some material from Nduba which are harmful, the people who will consume the sugar from those cans, the rice from those plantations can be affected.
Although the government is spending a lot of money, the management of the Nduba landfill still has persisting environmental issues. Despite tight hygiene rules and efforts to rid Kigali neighborhoods of daily growing waste volumes, poor disposal at the Soil Municipal Landfill has been fingered for continuing to pose a major environmental and health disaster waiting to explode if unchecked.
To live in a clean environment, it's not only where I live, but we have to protect our soil, we have to protect our air, we have to protect our water.
It's a goal for every city to provide a clean and pleasant environment for its citizens to live and work, and a lot of money is spent ensuring this is the case. Kigali, the capital city of Rwanda, has become renowned for its highest standards of cleanliness, earning itself the affectionate title of the cleanest city in Africa.
We have to educate families, hold the house, to update the regulations.
But some citizens have presented a thoughtful concern. Why are dustbins typically found on asphalt roads, but not in neighborhood areas.
So using social media and using different media channels, we can come up with education material as the government or government and its partners, and hope that the media can disseminate this information properly. So another thing, we do need more environmental journalists in the country. So if we have more people with capacity in the environment sector and how to communicate environment-related issues, that will be a plus for the media and a plus for government and its partners. Yeah.
Despite the challenges, the waste management sector is mostly being shaped by gradual changes. The country now is willing to work hard in this sector and improve its waste management system by the end of 2023. Starting by the Kigali's only dumping site located in Duba sector, which is going to be closed in a quest to pave the way for the construction of a modern landfill. Rapid urbanization, changing city boundaries, the emergence of new institutions over time, and environmental emergencies have shifted how waste collection should be undertaken and regulated.
The thing that is the most encouraging is that there are multiple ways to address sustainable waste management in terms of our individual practices. And it doesn't have to be, at the institutional level or organizational level. Individuals themselves can play a role. And sometimes people think, oh, it's just one bottle, it's just one product, it doesn't really matter. And then if you have everyone thinking the same way, that's when you end up with a problem. Only that I have, the utmost confidence in the way that Rwanda will be able to manage waste sustainably.
Protecting our environment is the foundation for sustaining our planet, community, and economy. Our environment supports and houses our ecosystems, allowing them to grow and thrive. If we fail to protect our environment, we will put the lives of humans, animals, waters, plants, and more at risk. Let's make a smart waste management to ensure our health and well-being, boost our economy, secure the future generation, and above all, the safety of our planet. After watching the video, I believe that the sustainable management of waste is critical for the sustainable development of the world countries, and Rwanda in particular, for a number of reasons. A well-managed solid waste management system is critical to a safe and clean urban habitat for residents. Effectively dealing with solid waste management is vital in preventing environmental degradation. Moving from waste to resource will stimulate the green economy. There are many positive actions that countries and citizens can take to improve waste management beyond collection and disposal. For example, 1. Reducing the amount of waste generated. 2. Reuse and recycling our waste. 3. Improving treatment and recovery using environmental technology. 4. Rethink on safe disposal practices from the source. If Kigali is to continue as an exemplar for a well-managed urbanization and green city on the continent, the efficiencies in waste management ought to be a key priority.